With the end of production of the Airbus A380 and the ongoing retirement of Boeing 747, we are seeing the end of four-engine aircraft coming. In this movie, I will show you the story of 4 versus 2 engines, and why it seems airlines are switching to 2. Looking back to the first jet aircraft, 4 engines certainly used to be more common than 2. The first jet aircraft to be introduced in 1952 was the de Havilland Comet. This was a 4-engine aircraft, as was the very successful Boeing 707 that followed it in 1958. Other 4 jets included the Douglas DC-8 and the Concorde. Perhaps the most famous, though, was the Boeing 747, introduced in 1970, and the most successful wide-body jet to date. Over 1,500 have been produced, and are still being rolled out, although well reduced. Safety was one of the main reasons for the choice of 4 engines during these early years. 4 engines, of course, gave better redundancy, and were seen as safer in the event of engine failure. A twin-engine aircraft, under FAA rules, could not fly more than 60 minutes away from a diversion airport, limiting the possibilities for transoceanic flights. This changed during the 1980s, when ETOPS, Extended Range Twin-Engine Operational Performance Standards, was introduced. ETOPS came about with the realization and evidence that twin-engine flying was safer than first estimated. Specific aircraft could be approved to extend the distance they flew from a diversion airport. The first rating was given to Transworld Airlines flying a Boeing 767, with a rating of 120 minutes. Power was also a consideration. Jet engines in the 1950s and 60s were, of course, not as powerful as we see today. A 1958 Pratt & Whitney JT3D engine, for example, had a thrust of 17,000 pounds, while a Rolls-Royce Trent 900 engine used in A380 has around 80,000 pounds of thrust. ETOPS certainly opened up the market for twin jets, but 4-engine jets production remained steady. Boeing dominated the civilian 4-engine market with the 747 back then. It was not until 1993 that Airbus launched the 4-engine A340 and the A380 in 2005. The A380, as the largest passenger aircraft to date, reinvigorated the possibilities of 4 engines. Airbus hoped this high-capacity aircraft would suit high-demand long-haul routes. This was true, but unfortunately many airlines have since moved away from the hub-and-spoke operating model this favors. A major reason for the switch to 2-engine aircraft is improving safety. While 4 engines was traditionally seen as safer, this is not necessarily the case. Jet aircraft have proved very reliable, with very few cases of dual-engine failure. There is a fascinating list on Wikipedia of all known cases where a jet has been forced to glide without power. The relaxation of regulatory limitations for twin-engine aircraft, through the introduction of ETOPS, has really opened up the options for twin-engine operations. It was not just the original extensions of operating distance in the 1980s though. ETOPS limits continue to expand along with aircraft improvements. The Airbus A380, for example, is now rated to fly 370 minutes from a diversion airport. In some ways, 2 engines are also safer. The possibility of a single engine failure is of course higher when you have 4 engines rather than 2. And with this comes the risk of fire or damage to the airframe structure. The 4-engine 747 and A380 best suit the hub-and-spoke operating model, where an airline operates high-capacity flights between major hub airports. Recent times, though, have seen more of a switch to the point-to-point model, best suited to lower-capacity aircraft, such as the A330, A350, or Boeing 787. An A380 full to capacity can be very economically efficient, but this is not the case if you can't fill it on a less busy route. Compounding this are operating limitations. Large aircraft, such as the A380, can operate at airports with the required facilities, gates and runway length, seriously limiting airlines' routing and scheduling flexibility. Rising fuel prices have had a major effect on the airline industry over recent years. Four-engine aircraft have significantly higher fuel consumption, and this has become much more important to airlines. For example, the total cost for Qantas to operate a Boeing 777 from Sydney to LA is around $190,000, with the cost for an A380 on the same route around $305,000. Fuel is the most significant difference here. Newer aircraft, too, are designed to be much more fuel efficient. Airbus, for example, report the A350 as up to 25% more fuel efficient than other wide-body aircraft. Another cost consideration for airlines is maintenance. This may not seem as obvious as fuel costs, but almost half of typical maintenance costs is engine-related, so costs rise quickly with four engines. The A340, A380 and to a certain extent the 747 will remain in the skies for some time, serving both passenger and cargo operations. But current development trends for passenger jets generally involve two engines. The recently developed Boeing 787, A350 are all two-engine powered. There may be a time when four engines become popular again, of course. But at the moment, with more powerful engines, safety improvements and a shift away from super jumbo operations, two seems to be the magic number.